today we're going to talk about... Crap, I forgot what I was going to say. Hold on. Okay, we're going to talk about some new console leaks, some new handheld leaks. We're going to talk about Call of Duty Rebirth, and then we're going to go into what's our final... Oh, some game trailers.
Hey, you got it. You got it all covered. Guys, today is March 31st, 2024. This is episode 32 of the GGrated Podcast. Thank you for stopping in. I am Gino. This is Gray. Let's get it.
Let's get it, boys and girls.
Hello, welcome to GG Rated. We hope you enjoy the show. Now here are the hosts.
Welcome everyone to the GGrated Podcast. I'm Gray.
Welcome for another episode, guys. It's my buddy Gray. I am Gino. We appreciate you stopping by. If you haven't already, make sure you tune in on YouTube Podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Podcasts, where you can listen to the best voices you ever heard. Yeah, throw it out there.
I can talk in different accents if you like. I'll talk like this. I talk like this, mate. That's pretty much the same accent.
I want you to talk like that the whole rest of the podcast. How about if we gain 10 subscribers, you got to talk like that from now on.
Or I can talk like Mickey. Oh, boy.
You probably do that for your kids way too often, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Your wife is probably coming up behind you shaking her head like, oh, my goodness.
She just walked by like, uh-oh, I didn't mean to be on the podcast. She's on the podcast. Oops. Yeah, man.
Man, what do you say we kind of talk about how the week's been going, man? How's your week been going?
Oh, Lord. It's been a blur, dude. I've been off of work for quite a while. You know, this is... Oh, and by the way, he has risen. This is Easter Sunday, baby. Let's
Absolutely.
Go, Jesus.
He is risen, baby.
That's right.
Yes.
Unapologetically.
Could not do this. Could not even be doing this without him, man.
Love the Lord. Jesus Christ has risen. Let's go.
Have to mention that. I hope everybody had a great Easter, and also remembers the importance of the day as well. You know,
that's right.
Definitely in these times,
painted eggs and bunny wrap. No, I'm just kidding. But that's fun.
Salt and pepper on the eggs. Oh, so good. Anyway,
it's the best. Yeah, dude. It's been like just a blur of a week. You know, I've been off work since like Thursday, so my family went out of town. My wife and my two boys were out of town Friday, so I was home all day Friday, and I didn't know what to do with myself. I was just kind of like bouncing around. I went on a drive. I went, to
you almost came to Mobile, man.
Yeah, dude. I was like, what am I doing today? I don't know. I ate some food, worked out, took a nap, like just had a day of me time, and I'm not gonna lie, it was hard, but it was really good. And then I spent some good time with the family. I went camping last night with my oldest boy. We went out to our land and went camping. So just have had a big weekend. I was at the lake all day today, basically, with some family.
Nice.
So just had a big day. How about you?
Nice. Man, same thing, just kind of work, being on this evening shift this week, been a little busy, just trying to take care of stuff. Coaching my son's T-ball team with a bunch of 4 and 5 year olds, man. And I got to say this, I got to throw this out there real quick. We had the most entertaining game that we had last week. It was a late game, about 7:15. These late games are kind of hard, I think more of the parents than it is the kids, because the parents are it's so late by the time you get done. But it was funny because we had a kid at pitcher, and he goes to get the ball, and I'm telling the kids, like, you can only tell them like one task. If you tell them 2 or 3, they get confused, right? So we try to tell them, hey, if you get the ball, I want you to run to first. Bases are loaded, okay? So it's like, hey, if you get the ball as a pitcher, run to home plate as fast as you can to get the out, right? Man, this kid grabs the ball, and I love him to death, man. He grabs the ball, he looks at me, and I say, go home. So he goes home. He drops the ball first, though, before he goes home. So he runs home. We're like, no, you got to have the ball. So he comes back, grabs the ball, and then he throws it home. And it's like, no, that's not what you got to do. It was so funny. And then the second thing that happened that game is it was bases loaded again. And the second baseman our kid, he did such a great job. He caught this great ball, dude, this great ground ball, and he was like inches away from second base. All he had to do is touch second base. And it was like, touch second base. He turns around and throws it to first base.
That's
like,
great.
He was right there. So everybody was dying laughing.
I swear it's more entertainment watching them play than it is the majors, honestly.
It is.
It's pure chaos. It's wonderful.
And these kids this year are absolutely awesome, man. I actually am loving it. Sometimes it gets a lot, but it's fun, man.
We have our first ball game tomorrow, so I'm excited to share on next week's podcast the shenanigans that happened during our first game. So,
yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what I've been kind of doing and working, and then I got to hang out with the family for Easter, and then celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ as well.
There we go,
a little bit just like everybody else. And that was pretty much it, man.
Yeah, and if you guys want to tell us about how your weekend was, reach out to us on Facebook, comment on YouTube. You can even email us at GGratedChannel@gmail.com. And as we go into this next portion, the gaming moment of the week, you can share your gaming moment of the week with us so we can read it on the show. Somebody, please.
Somebody leave a comment. Tell us a game. If you played a game, it doesn't matter if it's something small. Leave a comment on our page. Leave a comment on YouTube. Whatever you need to do, and we'll make sure to put it on the next show.
I know.
Gray.
Yes.
Throw it to that gaming moment of the week, man.
Gaming moment of the week. Go ahead, Biddo.
Well, G-Ray, I'm gonna have to throw out, like we mentioned on the last podcast, a little. Rebirth Island, right? Well, I gotta admit, when I'm wrong a little bit, it is on mobile, right? Along with Verdansk. We was right about that. But what I'm being told and what I'm reading is that Rebirth is also going to be on PC and console April 3rd. But
I'm so
what
excited.
I'll talk about right now, oh, dude, yeah, that's going to be awesome. I'm going to have to re-download it. But we got to play a little bit of it on the phone, on the mobile version. Man, it looks really good. Kind of the same thing.
It looks great. I need to bring that up too. I'm gonna show some of the mobile gameplay.
I mean, it's the graphics and everything's actually pretty decent. I actually was using a Backbone controller. They're using $100. They have all the controls on it. You just hook it to your cell phone, and if you don't have a Backbone controller, it's a really good controller that's very portable, that you can just stash in a backpack or something like that, and you can hook to your phone if you like physical buttons. Because I don't know about y'all, but I try so hard, but it's so hard to navigate and use the touch controls. Now, if you talk to my daughter, she'll use that all day. But I got to have physical buttons. And man, it worked really well, man. I ended up playing more games than I thought I would. And having the iPhone 15 Pro Max with the big screen actually really helped. So, yeah, I mean, you can, and with the Backbone, I have the lifetime membership because I was like one of the first ones to get it. But if you have a subscription with Backbone, you can join parties, you can use voice chat. I know we couldn't really figure that out, G-Ray, but, hopefully we can figure it out in the future. But we played a few matches, and my gaming moment of the week is just sitting there and playing some Rebirth. Ended up getting like third place is the best second place with you one time. And then we ended up getting like fifth place and stuff. So, I mean, all in all, man, it's pretty fun. The only thing I don't like is having to touch the screen to open the loot boxes.
Yeah.
But it was a great time.
Does get a bit cumbersome. But I will say, dude, like as far as the controls go, it feels like the real thing. I mean, it doesn't exactly it looks good, but of course the quality isn't going to be as it is on a console or on PC. But still, like once you start playing, that classic Call of Duty feel is all there. And it's really, really neat that they've been able to put all of this in a mobile platform. So it's
crazy.
Yeah. And after playing it, like it's got me hyped to play the PC version. Right now, we're showing some gameplay from this guy. Let me find his name. It's called The Korean Savage. Is playing Call of Duty Mobile. tearing it up
How'd
right
you
now.
pick this channel?
I don't know. I just found one on YouTube just to play and have something playing.
Y'all know why he picked that channel, guys? Because he's an Asian fanatic.
I love
That's
Asian
how he
stuff.
ended up.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to Japan next year.
See what I tell y'all?
Dude, I'm just
I need
kidding.
a
But
show.
we've been talking about it though.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
You need to, man.
I know.
He actually bought me, guys. I don't know if I showed it on the previous podcast. I need to show it next time, but he's got me chopsticks that he bought for me or whatever, and I actually used them the other day for some sushi. So,
oh, good.
Just throwing that out there.
So you liked them then, huh?
oh, I love them.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
good,
awesome.
dude.
I had to
That's
make sure
awesome.
to tell my wife and my daughter and all, like, don't throw these away, because we have throwaway ones. I'm like, don't throw these away.
Right.
So, but yeah, it was awesome.
That's awesome.
Anyways, I'm sorry I cut you off with chopsticks. Tell them what you liked about the game, man. What'd you think the most about? I know the graphics was pretty decent, but what'd you like the most about it?
Like I was saying before, like I just think the feel of it, because you play some mobile games and it feels off, like it doesn't. It's a hard thing to try to quantify. Call of Duty is known for how good it feels. It's like top tier FPS game. And they've been able to bring that same top tier quality in the mobile platform. And I was even playing with controls on my phone. Like I was sucking. I got a few kills, but next time I'm either going to get a backbone, or I'm either going to hook up my Xbox controller to my phone and actually play it that way.
That's a good option too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually might try to stream it to my monitor and play some later just to see how that works. But yeah, dude, it feels fantastic, and it's got me hyped to play the PC version, because honestly, like that's going to be really cool to get that nostalgia back for Rebirth Island.
I'm kind of with you with the PC version. It's like this is great, and it's short kind of sessions that you have.
Real
but
short.
like for us, like sitting right here with our PCs and stuff, it would just be nice to have it on the bigger screen, better graphics, and maybe that's the PC in us. I don't know. But
hey man, everybody's got a little PC, I guess.
Exactly. But I mean, to be able to play that again, and hopefully they bring back Verdansk on PC as well. But to have Rebirth, hopefully it's not changed too much since we played, because it's been a while since we played some Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to kind of jump back into that island if it's anything like the mobile version we just played, because that was good. And I'm going to definitely play that more.
I would say too, like, man, you got to give Call of Duty props, because it's brought a lot of people into gaming. Most people started playing, I won't say most, but I'm going to say a lot of people started playing online games because of Call of Duty. Like that was the easiest entry level game to
that and Halo
get into and play. Yes, exactly. That and Halo. And then after that, you start saying like, well, this whole online game thing is pretty cool. What else can I try? And of a certain generation, it's going to be Call of Duty. Other generations might have been Unreal Tournament. I remember playing that when I was younger. Like, that is a throwback. Unreal Tournament Gold. And it's like, there are those certain games that bring people into online gaming. And so you got to give Call of Duty props to that. And it's still kicking, baby. Like, it's still kicking.
It is. I don't like how the gaming corporate ship, I guess you can say, community sometimes kind of gets into the political landscape of things.
Yeah, that's dumb.
I don't like that.
I don't either.
We've had that discussion a long time back that we don't really agree with.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's kept us out of playing Call of Duty for a while there.
Oh, I took a huge break from it.
I did,
like 2 years or something?
Yeah, it's been about 2 years.
Because our first podcast that we ever did was about Call of Duty, was about the new Call of Duty.
It was.
Wasn't it?
It was.
Like,
I think it was.
That's crazy to think about.
It was about Call of Duty. It was on Black Friday and stuff. If y'all want to see how far we've come, you can always check out that episode as well.
I was in a dark, dank room in my shop, and like you could barely see my face. I was like, hey, so let's talk about this game, guys. And I act like it was like 10 years ago. It was on.
We was giving like deals. Hey, we gave some good Black Friday deals. So
we really did.
We did get some good deals.
Yeah,
we threw it out there, and we talked about like CD keys and all this kind of stuff.
CD keys,
we did some stuff.
Yep.
But man, all around, our gaming moment of the week has been the Rebirth on mobile. Guys, if you haven't, check it out because it's worth it. It's good to even just spend 10 minutes and just kind of get that nostalgia a little bit from what COVID era Call of Duty can do to you. So
That's right, boy. That's right. So are we ready to talk about some news?
let's go.
Let's go. Gaming news. What you got, big dog?
Well, man, let's go into it with Xbox this week, okay? The reason I want to kind of bring it up, and I think it's something that we should mention, okay, is going to be in reference to there's been several leaks, a lot coming out of Xbox. The first thing out of Xbox is going to be in reference to that Xbox Series X digital version. Now, this ain't the same digital version that we first looked at in reference that was leaked with the FTC, you know, with the Activision Blizzard versus FTC stuff that kind of came out.
Mm-hmm.
It showed a cylinder-like Xbox that was planned. It was in the plans to be released, but they say things changed and that was scrapped. Okay, as far as we believe, it was scrapped. Now these came out, and we'll kind of give the props to Wario64 for posting this on X in reference to this is going to be the all-digital white Xbox Series X. It is expected to be priced at $499. Now, if you remember, that was the original price for the black Series X disc version, but this is not going to be a disc version. I believe they're kind of going away from disc versions, kind of like the new PlayStation 5 digital that they released, that you can buy extra for I think $60 or $70, a disc drive to attach to it, right? So these companies are kind of moving away from the disc on their consoles. Now, this is a leak. This is not guarantee saying that this console is coming out.
I was laughing at a comment that a guy made on there. He said, "I'm pretty sure I purchased one of these from Packard Bell in 2002. It looks like a big PC tower from back in the day."
It does. It does. If you look at the images, we have it on the podcast. If you're watching on YouTube right now, you can see it. We have the image up. If you listen to the podcast, it's literally the Xbox Series X console without the slit where the disc will go in at. It's the exact same, and it's white. Now, there's a lot of news outlets right now, IGN, Game Rant, all of them are saying that this is unnecessary. They just like the PlayStation 5 Pro, the rumors about that, they're all saying these digital little, this is not even an upgrade. There's no major enhancements on this console. They're saying it's unnecessary, especially for the same price. The reason I bring this up, though, Gray, with these leaks, is we had another leak, and in reference to an Xbox handheld console.
Mm-hmm.
The Xbox handheld console, it was leaked, it was talked about. There's been a lot of talks about it, but if we can bring up this article, see if I can bring it up real quick. So, during a podcast, insider Jez Corden ignited further interest in the rumored Xbox handheld console, which has been talked about several times, okay? The new information suggests that Xbox may be working on something that is closer to the Nintendo Switch rather than the PlayStation Portal. So we know the PlayStation Portal doesn't have a lot going on the inside of it. It's cloud-based mostly, right? You got to have a PlayStation 5 console to use a PlayStation Portable. Nintendo Switch is its own console, right? So back in February, Corden had been given a nod to the rumors of Xbox handheld device on Twitter, replying to a tweet speculating if Xbox was working on a handheld console. He was given a brief response, quote, "They are." This basically confirmed that the rumors about Xbox considering its prospects in the handheld market, a segment it hasn't entered before in its entire history, are stronger than they may seem. So they've talked about this multiple times about them entering into this, and apparently they are working on a handheld console. The reason I bring all this up, Gray, is do you think it's worth it to bring up this handheld console for Xbox to enter into this market? Yeah. And if they do enter, and you do think so, how do you think they should go about it?
So, yes, I think there's a lot of untapped potential there for Xbox in the handheld market. I think they should take a play out of Nintendo's book and enter that space because you don't have any other consoles that are in the handheld market. You know, you have Steam Deck, you have some other handheld PC like consoles, but
Absolutely.
no, like Xbox needs one in their own ecosystem. I think it would do extremely well. And I would be interested in it. Honestly, I would, because, you know, I love the controls of Xbox. I love how easy it is to access all the games, and especially if you could get these games to run natively on the system. I don't want another cloud game in handheld. I want something that runs the game natively, and that would be really cool to be able to have that with Xbox, you know?
Oh, well, you hinted two things I really paid attention to. What you said is the controls, right?
Yeah.
I think now I know PlayStation has the DualSense that have the haptics and all this stuff that really apparently it's really nice.
Yeah.
I haven't experienced it myself, but I feel like the Xbox controllers are always the perfect ergonomic feel to them, right? And I feel like Xbox has got it right. That's why they haven't changed it in 2 generations, really, because it's just right. It just feels right, and the controls feel right, where the analog sticks and everything are. With that being said, if they kind of put that into a handheld, like you said, I don't want a cloud. I know they was big on cloud at one point. I think they kind of stepped away a little bit. But if you got Game Pass and you got a handheld and you integrate Game Pass to be downloaded natively, like a mobile, like a OS for Windows on there, an actual mobile OS, not a, you load it up and you see a desktop screen. I'm talking about you load it up and there's a mobile Windows OS. And you telling me that Windows can't that Microsoft cannot do that with Windows? I think they're stupid if they don't do it. I mean, it's like, hey, take my money
For real.
if they do that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I would pay $15 to $18 a month just to have all those games to download and play natively on a handheld.
Yeah, like
it would kill the Steam Deck.
Listen, I love my Steam Deck. Love it. I've put so many hours on that thing, but there is something to be said about being able to have Windows and know that you can just play every game on it. And yeah, and like I think that Microsoft, well, actually I know they have the resources to do this. I mean, they're Microsoft. So
we know.
Yeah, they could be a solid competitor with the Steam Deck, even in the PC market. You know what I mean? Like Steam is kind of king over PC gaming. Xbox needs to get more and more involved in that area, because honestly, I think that's where all consoles are going, is PC.
So I'll go throw out another rumor for you. Yeah, this is the rumor podcast, bro. Today, all right. Yeah. So the rumor is, let me give a scale. I'm going to give you a scale, and I want you to tell me how true you think this is.
Okay.
That they are in talks with Steam, with Valve, to bring Xbox Game Pass to Steam, and the CEO has commented and said that they would absolutely consider that.
I think that's true. That sounds true.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, Xbox is trying to get on everything they can with Game Pass.
Yeah.
They want 1 billion subscribers, right? If they do that, I mean, the subscribers are going to boost up. They're going to take the PC market, right? Yeah. Along with Steam, because you can't get rid of Steam. I feel like everybody's buying their games on Steam a lot more than they are Xbox and PlayStation.
That's actually some news I have after this, is talking about the top Steam game deals of that is going on right now. It's so awesome when they do these different sales and you can grab these games for just a few dollars. And that's what keeps people coming back, is they have all these crazy sales, and you told me about it, and now it sold me into the PC market because of that, because of the sales. And we talked about that numerous times on the podcast. But I'll leave this with the last question on this segment, Gray, is, do you think that Xbox, here's a tough question. Do you think Xbox should focus like Nintendo, having a Switch console hybrid console, or do you think they should go strictly one or the other, or both? Well, like, I don't know if it would be necessarily feasible for them to have like a both kind of console. I think they should just dive all into fully handheld gaming, and that way folks would, like, if they wanted to play their console at home, then they would, have an Xbox that would stay at home. I think that would give them more sales on both of the systems if they had one that was strictly handheld and one that was strictly console for at home that you plug up into.
So you want them to do both? You want them to do both? Is what you're saying? Or do you want the handheld to do handheld in dock like Nintendo Switch?
In a perfect world, I would want it to be like Steam Deck, except an Xbox console handheld. Yeah. But I don't think that would make business sense for them because they still want people to buy their Xbox.
Yes.
But maybe because it's a handheld, it's not going to perform as good as a console, so maybe that won't matter anyway. So actually, I changed my mind. I want it to do both, and I think for them to be competitive, it should do both. So I just kind of worked that out on the fly.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like how you thought about that, though, because if you want it to be successful and competitive, you got to have a feature like every other handheld, like the Switch, the Steam Deck, the Ally, Rogue, the Legion Go. All them are able to be docked and be shown on a screen. So
true.
I think you're going to have that feature on there. But hey, I'm all welcoming on an Xbox handheld. Guys, if you think so too, and you think Xbox is actually going to do this thing, leave a comment below. Tell us that you agree or disagree on our Facebook page or on YouTube.
That's right, boy. I got one more thing to mention right here. So, actually, this is a website that I go to quite often. It's gg.deals. And lately, I've been going here when I remember to look at different Steam deals. You can actually access it by how hot the deal is, what's the price point that you would like to pay. Oh. But right now, the hot gaming deals is Evil Genius 2 World Domination. It's only $1.99, usually $40. It's 95% off. It's the historic low for this Steam game called Evil Genius 2. There's other ones like, let's see, Grand Theft Auto 4.
Witcher 3 for $10.
Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, $10, usually $40. You have Grand Theft Auto 4. The complete edition is only $5.99, usually $20. It ends in a week. So this will show you when it ends, like how hot the deal is. You have We Were Here Forever for $9.89 is the historic low. I'm just going to kind of shout out which games that I'm interested in. You have Ghost Recon Wildland is $9.99, usually $50. That's one I'm kind of interested in. Honestly, if it dropped down to like $5, I'd probably grab it up. So I'm going to keep my eye on that. So yeah, you can just look at Max Payne 3. Dude, listen guys. Max Payne 3 is an awesome game. It's definitely for adults. It's not for kids. But really, really fun. Plays great.
That's his go-to right there.
Plays great on Steam Deck. I beat it again on the Steam Deck. And it's only $5.99, 70% off. Great Steam deal right there. Highly recommend. You have Tom Clancy, The Division, dude. $4.49. That's a steal.
Great game, too. That was better than the 2. That's what I'm hearing.
Really? You think so, that it's better than 2?
That's what everybody tells me, is that you just couldn't beat the first one. The first one was just so good.
Okay, you have Rise, which I think Rise came out on Xbox One back in the day.
I beat that game. It did. It was a launch title for the Xbox One.
It was one you could use when you could talk to the system and you could get it to do things. What was that? Xbox Connect? You could use Connect with this game to launch arrows and stuff.
But let me tell you, I beat this game and it's very short. The Rise of Rome. But, dude, it's such a good game. I love that game. They're actually calling recently to have a part 2 on that game, by the way.
You have Rise, Son of Rome, $3.49. I'm going to bet it plays great on Steam Deck. I don't know for sure, but I bet it does.
You need to play it.
I could just go on and on. There's a lot of game deals here, but those are kind of my picks for this week looking at gg.deals for Steam games. That's all I got for that.
Great. That's some good stuff on that one, man. That's some good stuff. Hopefully y'all can lock in those deals before they run out. Check out that website. I learned me a little something today as well. So make sure you check that out. And if you do, and you do snatch up a game, make sure you let us know about it below. Do you want to go into the next one, man?
Let's go. Main topic, baby.
why don't you lead us off this time, G Ray?
G Ray gonna lead us off. Gonna do a little song. Let's go. Sorry, I was trying to keep. I was trying to make up a rap, and I was trying to pull up this trailer at the same time. Didn't work out. Embarrassed myself in front of everybody, but that's okay. So we're gonna show each other some video game trailers. There's one right here that I want to show my buddy Eugene here, Gino, as it were. It's called Squirrel with a Gun, and it looks really cool. I love how, I don't know, just people are awesome to come up with stuff like this. It's entertaining, and I want to play it just for, if only for the novelty of it all. But it actually looks like it could be cool. Exactly. So
if it's anything like Goat of Duty, I'm ready.
There you go. So I'm about to pull it up here, and here we go.
In the heart of our bustling neighborhood.
So a squirrel just running up a tree?
Yep, squirrel going up a tree. Looks like just an average video
you
game
set
squirrel.
The base on it, right?
Inquisitive nature.
He has a what now?
Wait, do you control the squirrel? Do you control the squirrel?
I think so. It looks like he might be controlling him. So now there's a dude on the ground, and now the squirrel is attacking a guy that was just shooting at him. He did a backflip and grabbed a gun.
He took the gun
and then shot the dude. So basically, it looks like an FPS shooter, but you're a squirrel, and you have guns. It looks like he's on a little RC car
too, like Stuart Little. Stuart Little over here.
Yeah, basically.
Selecting its weapons carefully.
Adult Stuart Little.
Yeah. I mean, do different combos and stuff. He's using the gun to do jumps. So he's using the concussion from the gun to be able to jump farther. Looks like
cowboy squirrel. That's what I thought of.
Looks like there's different puzzles. Dude, I want to play.
Hey,
this.
that would be something that I would not mind. That trailer was pretty cool. That would be something I wouldn't mind playing, like just picking up for an hour. Just playing and seeing how it is and just having a blast with it. And then before you know it, you end up beating the game.
Yeah, and especially if you could play it on Steam Deck, it'd be freaking sweet.
Dude, does it look like I'm crying? Because I feel like my eyes are just constantly watering.
Man, that squirrel trailer really got to you, didn't it, man? I'm sorry.
It must have. It must. Do you see I'm almost in tears over here in my left eye.
Yeah, you're having a hard time. Are you ready for your trailer? Are you gonna cry at this one too, or do I?
Let's do it, man. Hey, this trailer I was telling Gray about is Nintendo is releasing F-Zero Maximum Velocity on the Nintendo for all Nintendo Switch Online expansion pass members. So that's the one where you get the Sega Genesis and you get the I keep forgetting it's not the Game Boy Color, but the Game Boy Advance game. That's it. So this game was actually on Game Boy Advance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was released in 2004 or 2002, 2004, somewhere around there. So 20-something years ago. Oh, 2001. I'm sorry, 2001. So a lot of people has not played this game. So I was telling Gray about they're releasing it. It's a new game to a lot of people right now. Oh, look at that! You got one. Check that out.
Classic Game
so that
Boy
console,
Advance.
This game was released for this console, and they re-released it to Nintendo Switch Online.
You'll never guess what's in there right now. I got Dragon Ball
F-Zero.
Z. No. Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2.
Oh,
it's
dude,
an RPG
awesome
game, dude. It's really good, actually. And I'm just
gonna load it up. I'm gonna have to load it up in my Analog Pocket, man.
I'm gonna do this real quick.
Oh, that sound.
There you go.
That sound.
Now we may continue. All right, so F-Zero Maximum Velocity. I haven't seen this trailer yet. Ready to react to it. Let's go. I see classic
it's
F-Zero.
Not bad graphics for Game Boy Advance. It's
no,
not bad.
Wow, dude. This is cool.
They touched it up. Yeah, they touched, and it's a lot of tracks that a lot of people have not ever played.
I played this. So I own this on my Super Nintendo console. The one you can buy that already has the games loaded up on it.
Mm-hmm. The classic.
I got the
Super NES
classic F-Zero. It'd be cool to have this on Game
but not
Boy
this
Advance.
one. Not this one though. See, it's on the expansion pack.
Oh, okay.
So you have to pay an extra, I think, $30 compared to the $20 a year. I don't have it. I don't do it, honestly. But it is kind of interesting to kind of play this game, especially if you haven't. So if you do have that, it's a free download. I say free download, but if you have the pass and you have the online membership, go and download that game. Try it out. F-Zero is really fun. Also, if you don't have that, there's another F-Zero online game that they actually did where we can load up and play multiplayer on F-Zero, which, man, I wish you had a Switch so bad. We would play that.
So, dude,
but
it's not going to be long. When the new one comes out, I'm definitely grabbing it. My son wants it.
I'm getting the new one as well.
My son wants it, and I'm like, to be honest, I want it too. When he's not playing it, I'm going to play it. And
I do the same thing.
Like, I'm excited, and at the same time, I'm scared to get into that ecosystem because I know I'm going to spend a lot of money. So...
Well, I'll tell y'all what I do with Switch real quick is I play the games that you cannot play on other consoles, right? You know, you got the Zelda, you got the Marios and stuff like that. But I am the only console that I collect for physical wise is the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
So I have a huge Nintendo Switch. And I'll show y'all real quick.
Do you think Do you think they're ever going to steer away from having the actual physical hardware?
I think maybe the next console might be that way.
You think it'd only be digital?
But you can see I have all these games, all those games, and then I also have
oh, heck
all
yeah,
these
dude.
games.
Look at you.
Look.
Bruh.
All those games for the Nintendo. So I've been collecting since its release 2017.
Have you tried to taste it yet? Like, have you tasted the games?
What do you mean?
Supposedly they taste really bitter because...
Oh, yeah, they do that on purpose so kids won't swallow them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I think they used to taste good and they didn't mean to or something.
So I have to show you a couple... Yeah, they used to. I have to show you something, though. A couple of things that I thought is so cool. With the Nintendo Switch has so much novelty, man. So much nostalgia that they use. But, you know, I have a wireless that they sold on the Nintendo Switch online.
That's cool.
Super Nintendo controller, USB-C on top.
Dude.
See the buttons? So I use that for Nintendo Switch Online, the game that we was just talking about.
Will that pair up to PC as well?
I don't know about PC. I guess it will if you do it wired. It will. But I got one more thing to show you. Hang on.
He's coming back. We're going to check out his Respawn chair. Very nice chair. Black. Looks like might be leather or some kind of faux leather. It's got a little backrest. Okay, we're done with the chair podcast. I like how you
told about the chair. So I have this as well. This is... which I have it on a holder. Let me take it off.
That's cool.
I bought this as well to be like authentic regular Nintendo controllers, bro.
That's cool.
Look, has the buttons on top as well.
Wow.
And it charges as well. So these control, if you see the side, they actually stick into the handheld and they can be charged.
That's cool.
From the side of the Switch.
I like that.
So you don't have to plug it into a wire.
Dude, next time we hang out, you need to bring the Switch so we can play some games on it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We'll play some Smash Bros, bro. That's what you need to play.
Heck yeah.
Some Smash Bros.
That sounds cool.
What you think about F-Zero, though?
F-Zero looks awesome. It would be neat to play that on anything.
Online?
Really. Yeah. It'd be cool to play that online. Looks pretty cool.
With that being said, you want to wrap this thing up, man? Or do you got any other trailers you want to kind of throw out my way?
Well, I think that's it for now. I think, so we're kind of experimenting with showing each other the game trailer segment, so we might kind of add this to the repertoire. Usually we would go more in-depth into something specific, whether it be a game title or a subject. But we thought we would throw this in. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Let us know what trailers you would like us to check out maybe. That would be cool to kind of react to them and give our take on them.
Absolutely.
But Absolutely. It was always, as always, it's been great to see you, buddy.
Absolutely. Great to see you too. Got another week. Episode 32 is in the books. Guys, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for stopping in with us. Leaving any comments, anything below. Make sure you subscribe. And y'all have a great rest of the Easter for the next few hours. I know it's now Monday, but we'll see y'all next week. Remember, Mondays, the episodes drop on YouTube.
That's
and
right.
On where we're at? On what podcast?
Spotify. Check us out on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on basically wherever you get your podcasts. We're probably on there, but if we're not, let us know and we'll get on there. But anyways, I want to leave you with one final thought. Qui occupe le fromage? Qui occupe le fromage? That's French for something. If you can tell me the answer, I might send you a Steam game. Just saying. So if you know what qui occupe le fromage means, first one to comment is going to get a free Steam game. All right. Until next time.
Good luck, fellas.
Until
Ladies.
next time.
Peace.
Bye-bye.